So we are at the beach, and for Hurricane Irma, we're not gonna see very much. So we're sending all of our thoughts and prayers down to Central and South Florida. They're seeing a lot more than we are. Or as of this moment, they've seen a lot more than we did. Currently it's September 11th, 1 p.m. And instead of thinking about the tragedy that we dealt with 17, 16 years ago, the majority of the state of Florida is having to worry about their homes and their livelihood. So many people have reached out to us and asked us how we were doing with thoughts of concern. We are just fine. This is nothing for us. We are sending all of our thoughts and prayers down to Central and South Florida. We've got a lot of friends and family members that are dealing with a lot right now. But today's movie is not about Hurricane Irma. Let's take you back to June 26th. So I have a lot to do the next couple of days here. So today is Monday, and on Wednesday I'm going to hit the Georgia Traverse. Do you remember when we did the Georgia Traverse, like one of our first trips months ago? So yeah, on that trip I was pretty new to all of this. I had almost no experience whatsoever. I have a lot to do before we leave Wednesday morning. Today and tomorrow, I've literally been like saving up a ton of stuff to do, and I need to do it today and tomorrow. I think that's it. It's a lot of crap. A good portion of it I have no idea how to install, so we'll see. First thing I gotta do though is I wanna do the majority of the work here, so I gotta move the trailer. And also, some of the things that I need to do to the trailer require me to open everything up. Ow! Sand spurs. They're killing me. See these things right here? These are called sand spurs. If you live in Florida, you know what these are. They're the bane of my existence. Really hurts going into your toes. So the first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to open up the tent and the awning because I wanted to let everything kind of air out. The last trip we did, we got a little rain, there was a little moisture. I think everything was pretty much dried up when I put it away, but you should let it air out anyway. The tent needs to be cleaned out anyway. It's pretty dirty. I mean, lots of like literally dirt and sand from the last couple of trips that we've done. So I just wanted to kind of pull everything out of there, sweep it out, kind of make it all just nice and clean. The other thing I wanted to do is that I noticed that there are holes on the actual metal part of the awning thingamajigger. And it got me thinking, I'm gonna try and see if I can get drill some holes in here to where I can mount the, the awning tent thing from the on the back here, to where I can, stick those poles in. Because I may be able to actually do that and be able to then mount or open up the awning and hold the awning open with the tent awnings on the back with the Foxwing awning deployed. And raised. So I'm going to try that as well. There's two schools of thought to putting these things on. Some people have told me it's easier to put this end first and then this end, and other people have told me the other way around. I typically will put this end first because once I get this end in, I can't get the pole bent far enough to get this end in. And I don't know if it's because I've got weak noodly arms or what. Perhaps there's a better way to do this, but this has seemed to be the thing that I've done consistently with success and haven't had any issues with it. But whenever I'm, at camp, this thing is like constantly getting in my way. And the first couple times, I just took it off because I was tired of fumbling around with it. And then one day, I got the wise idea that I could just use these guys. I don't know if I saw somebody else doing it or what. Anyway, I put this up here like this, and then I put this up here like this, and then I just kind of tie it off. Nice and out of the way. Now that I've got trail dust. Lots of dust. Kind of hard to get to this with the awning deployed. I've got this here. Clean this up a little bit. It's a little nasty in here. You see, these are the holes that I'm talking about right here. Right there. Over here. Somewhere. What I was hoping is that I could deploy this awning and put the poles here, but I'm thinking that that's not going to work. Maybe. I'll have to lift the awning up and see what happens. This crappy part about wearing glasses, you get really dirty and sweat gets all over them. So I learned early on the trick with getting this thing up is just to do it one hole at a time, step by step. So it's pretty tight, but I think I'm going to be able to get it. The hard part here is actually just getting to it. So I don't have it because this, if it started to blow, this would be gone. It'd come right off. Watch. See? Alright, let's see if this is any better. Move this hole a bit. Not a lot better. A little better. If we want to keep it ventilated, that's probably going to have to work. And if it comes undone in the middle of the night, I guess it comes undone in the middle of the night because I think that's good enough. Okay, so I've got the trailer in the lot next door, got the tent deployed, got the awning deployed, messed around with the awning pole thingamajiggers, got them working for the most part, good enough. It's way past my lunchtime. My wife would kill me if she knew I hadn't had lunch yet. Just to give you a little bit of perspective, today is June 26th. I'm probably 4 to maybe 8 weeks behind. And when I say behind, I don't mean like I'm behind and I need to get caught up. I mean like I'm only release a vlog a week. When I first started doing this, I kind of was thinking the idea of doing something daily would be fun, but it takes anywhere from 6 to 8 hours. Actually, I'm getting a lot faster. I can't do that every day. I can't. I don't have the time for it. I don't really want to be editing 4 to 6 hours every day. Since I only edit one a week and I only release one a week, that means that if I do these for every day of my trips, and I'm doing other little things like today, it basically means that what I'm shooting today, you're not actually watching for a month or 2 months. I don't really care. I don't know if you really care. It's not super like real time, which I admit, I kind of would like for it to be a little more real time. So it is what it is. The may have just thought of a way to make this happen. I need to remove this windshield first. I don't know much about wiring anything at all. I was actually going to table this whole project until another time because I'm not sure how to do any of this stuff, but I was talking to the guys at ExtremeLEDlightbars.com or whatever, and that's who I got the light bar from. Guess what?
What happened?
It's working.
Why is that an uh-oh? You're like, uh-oh, it's working.
Look at that. Wow. Look at that. That's awesome. Noah has been wanting a Nintendo Switch. He's been calling Best Buy, GameStop, and Target every day for the last...
And
Walmart for the last week. Every day. And Best Buy says they have them. So today's adventures are, I think they're going to be over. We're going to go see if we can get one. Good morning. I'm going to skip my run today because I have a lot to accomplish. You like my Mickey Mouse PG pants? There's some uncertainty today. Kind of don't know what all I'm going to be doing. The little project we did yesterday where we got the big light bar working, I'm not sure if we're going to actually hook that up and mount it. The reason why I bought the sPOD is because I didn't want to deal with like 4 or 5 switch cables coming in. What I don't know is how to get that center console off. The switches actually fit perfectly in this one little spot that is never used. It's practically unusable. I need to remove that to put a hole in the back for the cable. If it's quick and easy, it's quick and easy. If it's not, well, that's where the uncertainty is. So I'm gonna get all of the other things done that I know that I can get done today, and that's gonna be last, unfortunately. This hole a little bigger. Perfect. Oh, perfect. Okay, let's get to work. I think it's time to put the awning up. Now I just need to tighten everything down, and we'll be good to go. You know, the first time you set anything up, it's always a little clumsy. This is going to be pretty cool. That went away pretty easy. The fit and finish seemed fine. The quality seemed fine. I'll be honest, I was apprehensive to buy it because it was relatively inexpensive when compared to a lot of the other types of awnings out there. It's ARB. I trust ARB. Everything I've had from them has been good quality so far. On to the next project. Check this out. So I wasn't going to do this, and I still might not do it, but I was trying to figure out if I could get this thing out and how hard it would be. And this is the center console that goes down in the middle of the truck there in the middle. Anyway, there's 2 cubby holes here that are never used for anything, because if you put anything in there, it just, if you accelerate, and there's not really a whole lot of acceleration in this thing, remember, anything comes out of here. And so it makes it really kind of pointless to have these things. Plus they're kind of hard to get to, but they are perfect for switches because they're not too far from the fingers. And if you put the sPOD, you put this switch bank in here, it fits perfectly. But I wanted to take this out because I needed to be able to stick this out through the back here. And the best way to do that is to drill a hole. been recording my progress because I'm actually in quite a bit of a hurry because I'm trying to do something that I probably don't really have time to do, which is actually kind of my MO. I always try to fit too much into. So what I've done, I've taken my sPOD and taken the top of this fuse something or other thing and mounted it right to the top of it, and then I've got my positive and negative battery terminals right here, and I always feel so accomplished when I do this. I just fish this through the firewall. On the other end is the plug that hooks onto the back of the switches. Next thing I need to do, I'm not going to record anymore. I'll update you again in a second. All that's left to do on the sPOD is hook up the battery cables. So I think I'm actually at a point where I'm going to try and install this light. Let me show you what I'm doing here. This is pretty unconventional, but I got these things from the hardware store. They're like steel strap band thingamajiggers meant to hold stuff together, I guess. And so I'm gonna stack 2 of them on top of one another. I'm gonna bolt them in 3 spots to my roof rack, and then they're gonna hang over, and I'm gonna bolt the light to one side like that. It's not ideal. I'm gonna have to get some brackets or something fabricated that's gonna be these aren't gonna break. And if I've got them bolted in 3 places and there's only gonna be about 2 inches hanging off where the weight of the light, half of the weight of the light's gonna be hanging off, I think it'll be all right. And then, this thing is very hot. And driver, passenger. Okay, this is where we're at. This thing is mounted. I honestly don't think it's going anywhere. It's not an ideal mount, but I just don't think it's going anywhere. I really wanted to put it underneath the rack. Just wouldn't fit, not with these brackets. I'd have to do something different. Another day, not today. Next thing, I need to wire this puppy. I wired the red to the red and the black to the black with some heat shrink adapter thingamajiggers. These things right here. I crimped them, then I heat shrank them with my little heater thingamajigger. Now I'm just going through and I'm heat shrinking this stuff. So the beauty of the sPOD is the fact that it's got one connection to the battery, and then it has all of its own little connections. So all I gotta do is wire, it's got one cable that goes into the cab with the switches, so all I have to do is wire the accessory up to the actual sPOD itself. I've ran the wire pretty much, I just need to hook it up here, plug everything in and see if it works. Okay, this is the moment of truth. Did you see the reflection of light? As soon as I plugged that in, apparently all the switches were on. It works. It works. Check this out. Wow. Look at all that light. Wow. It's like I can't even look at it. Tell you what, nothing makes you feel more accomplished than when you actually accomplish something like this. Oh yeah, I am very much looking forward to using that on every future trip. Man, that's gonna be awesome. We need to clean it all up now. Shouldn't take more than a couple of minutes though, because everything's ran and all that. Man, this is exciting. Let's see what we got here. So my plan is to use this tape, hold everything in place. In a half hour, 45 minutes, maybe an hour, I'll peel the tape off and hopefully not take the silicone with it. I think it will, because most of the silicone is underneath. It may take some of it, but not all of it. And silicone tends to stick to itself, and I don't think it's going to stick to this low, hot, sticky, painty tape or whatever. This was a crazy, crazy, crazy busy day, but I got a ton of crap accomplished. Let me show you what I did with the wiring. Obviously I ran it and then I zip tied it to that little thing right there because I checked and checked again and it didn't move. Then I zip tied it down there and then I ran the cables right there. I ran out of shrink wrap, but I can touch that up with something else another time. And that is it. Now I need to put the inside back together and then clean up my insane mess. No more. Put this thing back on. I don't know, man. Looks pretty good. did. I hope you had fun, because I sure did. Actually, I didn't have very much fun. I don't really like doing stuff like this. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Here's the thing. I might not enjoy it, but I'm appreciative of the cool thing about doing stuff like this is that you come out of it with experience. There's that word again. You really can't replace that. You really just can't replace hands-on experience. Tomorrow morning we're leaving bright and early, and we're heading up to the Georgia Traverse. This is going to be, it's going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of reasons why this is going to be fun, but I'm not going to tell you about that today. If you like what we're doing, please make sure you're subscribed below. You can also support us by visiting our merch store, and you can give the kids some work. Another way you can support us is by donating through our Patreon page. Remember, 50% of all donations are then given to an overland-related charity, which you guys vote on every month. I've got links below for everything. Thanks a lot.